Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about basic methods of sterilization. So, the outline of today's presentation would be, first of all, the definitions, second, the importance of sterilization, and thirdly, the methods of sterilization. First of all, let's start off with definitions. Sterilization is a process of destruction of all living forms of microorganisms, including endospores. Disinfection is the action directed on destruction of pathogenic and potential pathogenic microorganisms in the environment. Thirdly, antiseptic is a system of action directed on suppression of pathogenic and potential pathogenic microorganisms, the influence on the skin and mucous membrane, which also includes medical staffs and patients. Last, aseptic is a system of actions directed on preventive contamination of wounds, organs, cavities of patient body by microorganisms during medical and diagnostics manipulations. Importance of sterilization. First of all, is to prevent growth of microorganisms. If any medical tool or device used isn't properly sterilized, there would be bacteria on it and bacteria will grow. Second is to prevent the spread of disease. If surgical equipment is not properly sterilized, patients treated are exposed to the disease of the previous patient. And thirdly is to prevent double surgeries. If unsterilized equipment is used, it will cause an infection, leading to another surgery later on in order to remove it. That will be really costly and may cause life-threatening complications. Methods of sterilization. We have three main basic methods. The first one would be physical method, which include dry heat sterilization, where we use an oven to achieve it. Second is moist heat sterilization, which includes the usage of an autoclave machine. Third is sterilization by radiation, which normally uses gamma rays. Second method is chemical method, which includes gaseous sterilization and sterilization by disinfectant. The third method will be mechanical method, where solution is passed through bacteria-proof filter. Dry heat sterilization. So the instrument used would be oven. It is accomplished by conduction, where heat is absorbed by the exterior surface of an item and then passed inwards to the next layer. Eventually, the entire item will reach a proper temperature that is needed to achieve sterilization. So the advantage of this method is it's inexpensive, it doesn't pollute or cause toxic fumes, and it does not corrode or rust metal objects. But on the other hand, the disadvantage would be it's a relatively slow process and it cannot use on objects that cannot withstand heat. So here is an example, a picture of the oven used to achieve dry heat sterilization. So moist heat sterilization, the instrument used is autoclave. Normally it is used to sterilize like culture media, instruments, dressings, intravenous equipments, applicators, solutions, and other things that could withstand high pressure and also high temperature. It is usually performed at 121 degrees Celsius under the pressure of 1 atmospheric pressure above sea level for 45 minutes, or 132 degrees Celsius under pressure of 2 atmospheric pressure above sea level for 20 minutes. So the advantages of this method would be microorganisms will be killed more efficiently in a lesser time. And disadvantage is it's unsuitable for materials that cannot withstand high temperature for a long period of time. So these are the types of autoclaves. So there's the pressure cooker type, the vertical type, horizontal type, common laboratory type, and also the large ones that we use in hospitals. Sterilization by radiation. So radiation kills germs that could cause disease. So this way, it neutralizes the harmful organisms to achieve sterilization. So the sterilization with ionizing radiation inactivates microorganisms very efficiently, and when used for products wrapping, it ensures that the healthcare products are safe and can be relied upon. So usually they use gamma rays, X-rays, or even electron radiation. An advantage to this method is there's no significant rise in temperature, and it is a continuous process due to short exposure time. Disadvantages include it may cause color changes on the instruments and solubility of preparation leading to decomposition of certain materials. Next, we'll talk about gaseous sterilization. So obviously from the name, we know that gases are used to carry out sterilization. The most common gas used is ethylene oxide. It can be used to sterilize like polymetric mats, rubbers, glasses, and metals. All these gases will denature protein, killing not only the vegetative form but also endospores. So the time of exposure to these gases is 18 hours at a temperature between 30 to 60 degrees Celsius, which is relatively low compared to the other methods I've mentioned before. So most of these gases used are toxic. So they are usually mixed with non-flammable gases such as carbon dioxide and nitrogen in order to decrease the level of toxicity. Advantages of this method would be the penetration power is suitable for sterilizing surgical instruments such as needles, plastics, any disposable items, or catheter. Second, it will operate efficiently at low temperatures. As you have seen before, compared to the previous methods, this method uses a relatively low temperature. So disadvantages will include very slow sterilization process and the equipment is expensive. And on the right hand corner, I've included a picture of gas sterilization, like the instrument used. So lastly, we'll talk about the mechanical method. The solution to be sterilized is passed through a depth filter or screen filter, which includes particulate filters, microbial filters, and also a final filter in order to filter any unwanted materials. So pharmaceutical solutions are sterilized by this method too. The microorganisms are physically removed by absorption on the filter medium or by mechanism. Filtration, filling, and sealing processes are carried out under a septic condition, and sterilization tests must be done for it to be fully effective. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention.